welcome in to your bi-seasonally Dynasty talk because we don't do it weekly, so that name is out the window. As you can see, our fearless leader, Cam, isn't here. No surprise to anyone. But that's okay because myself, the senior co-commissioner, and to my this way, I just pointed outside, is Jason. What's up, bro?
Man, I'm trying to live strong. Cam just keeps inventing these jobs for us to do, and
That's why I'm day drinking. That's why I'm day drinking because I'm pretty upset.
I'm going to the premium store, however you want to put it. The barrel chest, yeah, the barrel chest. And
ABC?
No, just good beer, just high end IPAs and shit.
Understood. Yeah, dude. Sometimes I like those because they're like, you only have to have like 4 of them to get like a decent buzz, and you're like, oh, this is perfect.
Well, I'm getting more into sours, man. You should try some more sours in your life. You'll eventually get to some, then you'll be like, wow, these are just drinks. It's like drinking a Sprite, and I'm fucked up.
I've had a few sours, but I guess the problem has always been like I've been out on the town essentially. And we were at this like super nice bar. It was me and a couple buddies from work. And I had already, I don't know, probably drank 8 or 10 beers or something at that point. Like, yes, we don't serve regular beer here. So they gave me a sour. And I was like, this is the most disgusting fucking thing I've ever drank in my entire life.
Oh, my God. There's actually a TikTok about that. You can't get Budweiser. You don't sell America's beer.
Yeah. He does like the different, like he has a wig on and shit. Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, enough banter here between us. So this is going to be your week 10 version of Dynasty Talk whenever the fuck we feel like it, I suppose. Mm-hmm. We got power rankings. We got matchups. And I've got just a very small commish corner at the end. And then we'll just kind of roll from there. Sound good, brother?
Sounds good.
All right, let's get it started. Let's get it started with the matchups. I want to hear what's happening in week 10.
So in week 10, it starts off with the Big Chill squad in peril, desperately trying to put something together here. It seems the odds are always quite against this team. And of course, at the worst time ever, when Keith is legitimately coming back and getting healthy. Really not much we're going to be able to do here. We're projected 216 to 161. Got to deal with CMC and Dalvin Cook with no Alvin Kamara to combat rough whatsoever. So Keith gets an easy one. Seems like the fantasy gods like him this year. We were ready for this. We knew it was going to happen.
He was ranked number 1 according to that podcast that we had done.
Yeah, he's absolutely supposed to be it. Well, we both know that between you and Keith, I've never seen 2 men love number 2 more in my lifetime.
I don't like that at all. Moving on.
You guys like number 2 a lot.
God damn it. My proclivities towards pornography are not in question here, okay? You can like scat porn and not be a weirdo, all right?
What's Dr. Mantis Toboggan anyway? Usually I get Keith's references, but
I don't know.
You're just slacking, Kiefer. What the fuck is wrong with you? You suck. You don't, but you do. And
Carl!
He's got Tannehill this week. If Jackson actually gave me something Thursday night, I wouldn't be as worried as I am right now.
Jackson gave you a number 2.
He gave me some number 2. Yeah, he sure did.
He dropped the number 2 right on your lineup.
He's known to do that. Stop games and drop number 2s.
That's not bad right there. I appreciated that a lot.
All right, moving on. Oh, God. And the second matchup is a murder. Brown Stargazer projected 216 points against it's Nick J, who had to be asked to change his lineup, mind you. At 143, Good God, what a shit fest. He should give me all these players back. Like, he wasted the picks I traded him so hard. I should get them returned. They should be gift wrapped and given back to me.
Merry Christmas. Here you
Yeah,
go, Jason.
it's someone competent to use them. I guess better watch out for old Terry McLaurin. Be careful he doesn't get 100 points on you there
Yeah,
this
he's
week.
going to have to score about 100 points. And this is without – so Damian Harris is out now. DeAndre Hopkins is probably not playing, but I've got I've got some people to fill in.
It looks like Godwin's going to play since Tampa's getting a little thin. It looks like he's going to play beat up.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you just hope he doesn't get more hurt.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. All right, so Cody automatically loses because he started Matt Ryan. I just don't even. Wow, actually, fuck. 33 points last week. All right, but they're playing Dallas.
Matt Ryan has been really good over the past. If you look at his game logs, he's been pretty good over the past since week 3 essentially.
Yeah, I see that. Well, basically, first 3 weeks are trash.
Mm-hmm.
4 and 5 okay, 7 okay, 8 trash, 9 okay. But he's playing Dallas, and I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Boys. So they are predicted. I think it's a 53-point over/under for that game.
Yeah, good God, I don't know about this one. I like Jay. I like that Jay has Stafford in a comeback game.
Mm-hmm.
JT against the Jaguars. Holy shit! I don't like Gibson against Tampa Bay. I mean, you're gonna start Gibson if you have him, but I don't necessarily love that matchup. Whew. Yeah, Cody's got a ways to go, man. Diggs and Lockett are about all that's popping off the page at me. Maybe Ertz. Ertz will have some good games. But other than that, the matchup, I think the projections are closer than this game really is.
Mm-hmm.
So
who are you giving that one to?
Oh, Jay. Easy.
Jay got it. He's playing against Toby?
Yeah, he's playing against Toby. Smelling like a punt.
Smelling like a punt.
And then we got old Clint. Oh, good God, Clint.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, my name is Jeff. God, getting beat on like a Mississippi furrow pump. What the fuck? And Jimmy Garoppolo. He's just getting beat up at buys, right? That's got to be what this is, right? Where are your quarterbacks, man? Oh, that's right. You traded them to me.
Oh.
No Lawrence and Indy. We'd rather start Garoppolo at the Rams. I say Josh Allen is the key to this one. If Josh Allen puts up Josh Allen ceiling type points, Tran's got this, no problem whatsoever. God, just look at all that beaten raw Alabama meat on Jeff's team.
He loves it. He's a homer, dude.
Just smashed asshole all over this team. Yeah, as much as I hate it, man. And see, this is the other thing, Cam. You don't participate. You make shit up, and then you don't participate, and Tran's better than you now. This is all of your own doing. This is all your own device. Tran is better than you. Write that down, everybody. Tran Lee is greater than Cameron Hall.
Taller, more handsome.
Bigger pee-pee.
Bigger pee-pee for sure.
Yeah. Because he does butt stuff, and we know Cam can't reach to the, no. He can't.
The cheeks are too, he just can't do it.
We can't do it.
Terrible.
He's terrible.
40 points, 50 points, terrible.
Terrible. Speaking of that, good transition. That's what Bryson is. God damn. So Dean is okay, hold on. Maybe not. Dean is slated to beat him by 29 points. But when you actually look at this thing, He's got Cordero Patterson, who everyone just how frustrating is that guy? Really? God, that's enough to piss
Incredibly.
anybody off.
Yeah.
I don't like. Let's see. Let's take a deep dive into Debo for a minute.
You know, Cordero Patterson is ranked 9th in Fantasy Pros, like expert consensus rankings for this week.
Yeah.
Dallas struggles. Dallas does struggle against running backs who catch the ball, though.
Yeah,
Austin Eckler fucked them up in week, like, I think it was 3 or 4.
this is a sneaky game. Also, wonder just how much Mark Ingram's going to do against that Tennessee front seven with Kamara out.
I mean, you got to think he's going to get, what, 15 plus carries?
Yeah. Man, I just, other than okay, so where Bryson's failed himself is J.D. McKissick is starting.
Oh, I don't think so, dude. I like that start.
You like it?
I would rather start J.D. McKissick than Antonio Gibson.
Because
if you think about it, I mean, they're going to be down. They're going to be throwing the ball like a motherfucker.
And Dean does have Brandon Bolden. It looks like he is going to get the bulk.
And Damian Harris is out. It looks like Ramondre Stevenson is going to be out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Brandon Bolden and what, J.J. Taylor?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be a lot closer than 29 points. I think this is 29 points is way too much for these guys. This is going to be a close game. This will be the game of the week.
Cleveland. Yeah.
I give the edge to Dean, but I think this is more of a 10-point game than a 30-point game.
It's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah. And then this last one's just easy as shit. I mean, it's fucking Burnham and Cam. I mean, obviously Burnham's going to win. It doesn't matter who Cam starts. He doesn't show up.
Got him.
Got him. Good God, we got him.
Good God.
So, yeah, that concludes my matchup rankings here. I feel like Burnham easily just cleans the smear out of his ass crack that is Cameron.
So who we got winning? We got
Burnham. We got Dean. We got Tran. We got Jay. We got Eric. And we got Dr. Manus Toboggan.
Okay. So kind of this is like a favorite. So essentially all the favorites are winning it.
Only because it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Okay. No worries. Yeah.
His projections are large for a reason. The deficits are large for a reason.
I feel you. Yeah. I mean, this week is a lot, like looking at the DFS slate, there's not a lot of games that are predicted to be super high scoring. You got Minnesota and the Chargers.
Yeah.
You got Dallas and Atlanta.
Right.
Other than that, there's not a lot of like high scoring stuff going on. So
that's what
excuse me. All right, so down to the power rankings. I know this is a very popular segment here. I tried to do this as unbiased as possible. So Jason last, but I really did. I tried very hard. I mean, y'all know who's number one. So, but anyway, number 12, we got Computer Shirts. Last in points scored and last in the standings. Let me move my little mic over here so you guys can hear me a little better. Last in points scored, last in standings. At least you still got that probable number one overall pick. Oh, never mind. No, you traded that away for Keenan Allen and Taylor Heineke. Good job, bud.
I missed that trade.
Yeah. Do you know who you traded him to?
Cam?
Nope.
You? For Taylor Heineke? Wow. How'd you even get a hold of Heineke?
I picked up Heineke off the waivers. So after week 1, yeah.
So Cameron forsook his.
Yeah. You don't remember that? So we had a conversation. I was fucking with Cam, saying that I was going to pay like 48 fab or something for him. And
yeah.
I ended up getting him for like 26 or something like that.
Wow.
I would go to my room and grab the signed Taylor Heineke jersey as well, but I just don't feel like doing that. Number 11, Nick J. It's Nick J. Excuse me, 2 and 7. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Computer Shirts Toby is 1 and 8. Nick J's 2-7, second fewest points scored. That's trash. Uh, I've been saying this since literally like the off-season power rankings. You need running backs. You still need running backs like yesterday, or like when I said to get running backs in the off-season stuff. But you know what? At least you do have the Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase connection locked up for like the next 10 years. So that is legitimately, no sarcasm, freaking awesome. Good shit,
Something to
man.
build around. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is. Number 10, this is going to be a little surprising to people, I think, but it's Crimson Clint at 4 and
Oof.
5.
Mm.
Look at those points scored against. 1,341, by far fewest in the league. He's been getting lucky as hell. Nobody is scoring against this team for some odd reason, especially considering he's 10th in overall points scored. So really, you should be like down in the bottom, I don't know, third or fourth, I guess, of the
Yeah.
league. You have dealt with but I will say this: this is a good team. Dealt with a lot of injuries early. Jerry Judy coming back is going to help immensely. Corey Davis coming back, I think, is going to help immensely as well. So definitely could be higher than 10, could be, but the soft schedule has allowed you to hold on and win some games you probably shouldn't have. So that record to me is a little bit deceiving. On to number 9, our boy Jables Gillette at 3 and 6, an incredibly top heavy team with two great quarterbacks, Stafford and Justin Herbert. That's not bad. That's champagne problems to have. Um, Jonathan Taylor, who is the dynasty running back one in my opinion, and DK Metcalf. All four of those guys are just legit freaking awesome. Too bad we don't play in a super flex league. If we did, your team would probably be a little bit better. But the rest of your team, the problem is not very inspiring. But you do have 2 first round picks. You've been doing it right. Thank you for listening or doing whatever you did. But you do have two first round picks in this next year's draft. So hopefully you can start to build upon, which is Stafford's like 31. That's still very young, or 33. I don't know, but he's something like that. He's like our age, I think. But that's
Yeah.
very young for a quarterback. So you can wheel and deal those. You can use those as picks, whatever you want to do. Number 8, don't fuck with me at 4 and 5. Old Tran,
Mm.
last in the division in points scored, but first in our hearts for breaking news. Appreciate you for that, Adam. Tramdom. I don't know. There's something there. Uh, we've said enough. Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, Michael Pittman, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, David Montgomery. That's legitimately, no sarcasm, a hell of a core to build upon for the coming
Mhm.
years. All young, all very talented. So this is, albeit ranked number 8. This is a playoff fringe team for sure.
Mhm.
If you have a couple things break right, I think you're going to be okay. Number 7, Big Chill Squad at 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, some of the worst running backs you're going to see in any league right here. It's rough for you right now, especially with Alvin Kamara being out this week on a bye. Oof.
Yeah.
But I will say this: you're 5th in points scored overall. 5th in points scored overall. That is a good omen and a good sign for things to come the rest of this week, this rest of the season. However, your next 4 games are against Keith this week, myself next week, Nick, not you, you're terrible, and then Clint, who is a pretty decent team, like we talked about earlier. He's okay. So you're going to have to win at least a couple of those to be in playoff contention. Miles Sanders, though, I did see. He said, "I'm back, baby." Did you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So you might have Miles Sanders as long as Philadelphia keeps running the ball like they have been running the past like 2 weeks or so. Literally since Miles Sanders went down, what
Yeah.
the fuck is their problem? As long as they keep running the ball that way, you're going to be okay. I think you can make the playoffs. You have a shot. We'll say that. Now to the playoff teams, or I guess we'll say the top 6, not necessarily the playoff teams, but number 6, the Dean team at 4 and 5. Man, how many teams we got 4 and 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 teams at 4 and 5. Holy shit. Um, Dean is 4th in points scored with the 3rd fewest points scored against. Probably should be better, honestly, than your 4-5 record with that kind of split right there. Um, Solid core: Najee Harris, James Robinson, Debo Samuel, Deontay Johnson, and Wentz/Kyler Murray. That's very solid. Should make the playoffs with a puncher's chance of knocking out your first round opponent. After that, it's all live. It's a live grenade. You kind of do whatever, at that point. So far, Jason, what do you think about my rankings?
I think they're fair.
Pretty accurate?
Yep, they're pretty
Okay.
fair so far.
Okay. No bias in there?
I think I'm better than Cam, but
Okay. Well, speaking of, that's a good segue. Number 5, team frees them up. I don't know what in the fuck that means. I don't know
what he was going for.
why
Either.
that is a thing, but okay. At 6-3, sixth in points scored with the third most points scored against. The Cam Tram is looking mighty wobbly.
Yeah, he's
without Derrick Henry.
He's starting Teddy Bridgewater too, and he's got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, not sure what's happening there, Cam, but great schedule to the playoffs though. After this week, he's got Tran, he's got Clint, he's got Toby, and he's got yourself to finish off the season. So that's looking like it's a pretty good schedule. Likely a lock for the playoffs and a swift first round exit.
Yep.
So for real though, this is the tier break. So these top 4 teams are legit elite teams. All 4 of these next teams should make the playoffs no problem and make some noise in the playoffs. Number 4, Dr. Mantis Toboggan, like we talked about earlier. What the fuck does that mean, Jay? Or what's your name? Keith?
Kiefer.
Keith, Jay. All you old white dudes look alike to me. So he's 5-4. CMC is back for now, of course. Dalvin Cook is healthy finally. And Dalvin Cook is playing against the Chargers, who give up they're like top 5 in points against the fantasy running back position. So he's about to go the fuck off. Mm-hmm. And he's looking at some positive TD touchdown regression as well. Cletus talked about that in our other league's power rankings.
Yeah, Cletus talks too goddamn much for one thing.
Nah, son, he okay. He okay. And then you got James Conner as well, man. James Conner, they just placed Chase Edmonds on IR. So that means James Conner is the bell cow for an incredible Arizona Cardinals offense for the next 3 weeks. I don't think he scores 3 touchdowns every week, but he's going to be very valuable. Keith's got decent depth. And if Calvin Ridley comes back with his head right, this team is scary as fuck and an immediate championship contender.
Now, when are we expecting to see Calvin Ridley?
I'm not sure that we are 100%. Okay. I don't think – if you ask me, I don't think he's coming back this season. But,
that was my thought.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said, it's just kind of a what if, a hypothetical scenario there. But number 3, VA Cowboy Killer at 6-3. I hate to say this, but don't look now. Bryce has got a pretty good team.
He's got an all right team.
And let me ask you, how the hell did that happen?
He knew them when they were young. He knew them when they were young, and he just sat and waited.
I guess
he sat and waited.
He's 3rd in points scored and 4th most points scored against him. That at being at 6-3, that means to me that's a good, legit good team. There's no luck involved there.
Nope.
He's actually made some great sit and start decisions as well. He's played his best players almost every single week, and he's benefited from that. It means he's a good fantasy manager, decent fantasy manager, I should say.
Yeah, decent.
Really, that's been led by Cordell Patterson in his age 30 breakout season. Who the fuck saw that coming? I don't know. But he's in line. He's in line right now. If we're looking at the playoffs, he's in line for a first round bye. So good for him. We'll see if he can keep it up. Cam is breathing down his neck, and then you are 2 games back. Yeah, you're 2 games back.
I'm 2 games back. So what's going to have to happen here is I either need a tremendous amount of luck this week, or I'm going to have to come and whip your ass next week, Eric. It's going to have to be. It's just going to have to be no bullshit. Gloves off.
Mm-hmm. Good luck on that. We'll see. I have a little stat for you. I have a little stat for you here in a minute or two.
Okay.
Number 2, Team Burnham down. Nicholas Burnham. It's 7-2, second best record in the league. second in points scored, and second fewest points scored against. Though you've been getting a little soft schedule, my man.
Hmm.
He's the repeat champion for a reason. This team is excellent and it's deep as hell. Even with the Robert Woods, news, that does hurt his chances at a three-peat. However, he's still got a lot of depth, and Allen Robinson is still Allen Robinson. Maybe he figures it out. I kind of doubt it, but
We saw a little life. We
we
saw a
did.
little life Monday night. It's something I was gambling on in
Yeah,
another league.
yeah. But I'll say this: if Chris Carson can come back healthy with the workload that he had, he's got Joe Mixon as well. This team, still, he could definitely win a championship. He could win his third championship. He could. I doubt it because of our number one team, but
Yeah.
still a hell of a team. And then number one, Brown Stargazer, yours truly at 8-1. What can be said about a team this good, Jason?
Nothing. We don't need to talk about it.
No, we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Mm.
224.5 more points scored than the second highest scoring team.
I think you have 300 more than me.
225. I've got a lot more.
Yeah, I think you outscored me. I looked at that
Yeah.
earlier. 300 points on the year.
Something like that. And speaking of scoring, this team has 6 games where they scored over 200 points. Burnham, Cam, and Dean have 2 games where they scored over 200 points. Bryson and Clint have 1 game where they scored over 200 points. Everybody else in the league, none.
I've never scored. I didn't score over 200 this year.
You got really. I think you got like 193 or something like that.
Next week, baby. Next week,
Yeah.
I'm going
I doubt
290 plus.
I doubt it, but I mean, even if so, that's kind of my average, so it's fine. So Brown Stargazer, number one, y'all all knew that, and then not to mention the picks. I have 2 first-round picks. The number one, probably the number one overall pick in 2022. I have 3 first-round picks in 2023, and then 2 in 2024. It's good to be Brown Gazer or Brown Stargazer, whatever.
Brown Gazer.
Brown Gazer. I like to look at Mexicans.
So it seems like a weird movie title. You know, one of those horror movies where the title has nothing to do with what's actually happening. Brown Gazer.
So any issues with those power rankings, Jason?
Like I said, you just give it a couple weeks and you'll be putting me a lot higher. Wait till you see Odell. Good God.
Let's say that's a good point, man. We have to talk about that at least for a brief second. Number 2. So do you have any issue though? I'll ask you a question. So do you have any concern? You remember when Brandon Cooks was traded there in 2019, around the same time, around the trade deadline?
Mm-hmm.
It took him pretty much the entire rest of the season to get the playbook down.
I don't think Sean McVay. Look, he's got a great offense. There's going to be some complications. There's going to be some tricky stuff. But Odell's he's a pro's pro. I mean, I doubt it. I think Stafford, especially with what happened to Woods, I think Stafford is like, okay, maximum amount of time. You and I. My only regret is that they're on a bye next week, so I don't get to use them against you. But I think after that bye next week,
what a shame.
He'll be just fine.
What a shame. No, I'm kind of leaning that way as well, especially being like the resident Odell Beckham Jr. hater during the offseason. You know that. Like I wear that badge proudly. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. I think he's going to start a little slow, but toward playoff time, if you get into the playoffs, OBJ is going to be scary for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of playoffs, this is how they stand right now, Jason. And what I want to do, I want to run through this. And then I want you to give me your predictions for the matchups. Obviously, you don't know who's playing. Like, you don't know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing, whoever. But team versus team. That's what I want. Okay. So right now, as it stands, the 2 first-round buys go to myself and to Bryson in his incredibly weak division. I forgot to say that earlier. The Fumble team is that's real weak. So me being number 1, Bryson being number 2. Then we have Burnham at 3. Playing number 6, Dean. The winner plays Bryson. Who wins in Burnham versus Dean?
Burnham.
Okay. So pretty easy. That would be my thing as well. All right. And then 4 and 5. Number 4 is Cam. Number 5, Keith. That bromance continues. I feel like they played against each other in the playoffs last season too.
I don't think Cam made the playoffs last season.
Did he? Oh, didn't he? Okay.
No. Keith will easily destroy him with his top 2 running backs and Cam having no running backs.
Got you. Okay. So now that means we have.
Cam really doesn't have running backs, so
No, he doesn't. So Bryson versus Burnham.
Yeah. Burnham.
Okay. Keith versus Eric.
Keith.
Are you saying that just to hurt my feelings?
He's getting healthier every day.
All right. So then in the championship game, we have Keith versus Burnham.
Keith.
Okay. So there's the official prediction from Jason
Look,
Mitchell.
CMC and Dalvin Cook is a hell of a. That's just.
Yeah. Agree. I mean, I think he has. Let me see here. I want to see what Keith's team looks like. I saw it earlier, but my brain is real dumb.
He's got Cook, McCaffrey, and Cup. First of all,
yes, Cup. Okay,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
So Clint ended up trading Cup to him at some point. Then,
yeah, and then that Kittle, Kittle could always go off. Connor might be a touchdown hog the rest of the way.
Ayuk is looking healthier and healthier.
Yep.
Javonte Williams might come on toward the end of the season.
Van Jefferson might have a role with Woods out.
Clay Chapel.
Calvin Ridley, we talked about that. God. Yeah, he's stacked, man.
Let me tell you how I think it's going to go.
Okay.
So we agree Burnham beats Dean. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Keith beats Cam as well. So we agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Burnham beats Bryson. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind about that one.
Nope.
And then obviously I beat the tar out of Keith.
Mm-hmm.
And then I avenge 2 years of suffering. Mm-hmm. And I beat Burnham in the championship game. As is tradition. Well, not tradition. As is poetic justice.
Is it though?
I told y'all. I'm going to kill myself if I don't fucking win. I will sit here in a live stream and I will put a gun to my head.
He's still 2-1 against you.
I know. I did beat him this year though.
So far.
Let me ask you this. So take yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you? So it doesn't matter what their position is or whatever in the league. Who would you want to see win the championship this year? Yourself out of it.
Keith.
I think Keith is my answer as well.
Yep.
If I'm taking myself out of it.
Yeah. If I put myself back in it, I desperately want me to win these last 4 games and just piss you guys off to no end, but bye weeks are aplenty.
Yeah. I got one more question, then we'll be done. What happens when we're doing this next year, right? And I have the belt across my chest and I have the trophy in my other hand?
No.
Because we have a trophy. So we have a trophy in the Henry County Hard Knocks League. And I'm going to win both this year. And I'm just curious what Jason's reaction is going to be.
Do you realize, like, I am you in the Hard Knocks, right? Like, I'm stacked versus the rest of you guys. Did you see the Cam Akers pick? Did you see me put Cam Akers on my IR just sneakily?
Because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm fucking Megatron. You ain't shit. I'm stacked.
Yeah, your team is really good. I'm not happy about it. Because my team is like, meh.
Yeah.
But anyways, so this is the first podcast form, if you will. This is our base form. We may evolve like Frieza, or Cell or somebody like that. and we'll get a little better, a little bit more organized, if you will. But hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Jason, what kind and magnanimous words of wisdom do you have for the league?
Finish what you start.
Finish what you started.
Like that PBR.
Like that. I'm gonna do it right now.
Finish it. And don't put up Christmas before Thanksgiving, you fucks.
That is
It's a holiday.
sage advice.
It's a real holiday.
And let me say this too. Thanksgiving to me is, as I've gotten older, is so much better than Christmas. I get to stuff my fat fucking face with food all day, and there's no expectation of me being stared at while I open a present that I probably am not going to like, to be quite honest with you.
I buy my own Christmas presents.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, I'm getting like a new wedding ring for Christmas. While I appreciate that, but
you gonna get one of those cowboy ones?
No.
From Fanatics.
So I will say this, not a sponsor, but manlybands.com. They have some cool ass shit, dude. It's like deer bone. They have like dinosaur bone rings, fucking meteorite shit, dude.
I'd definitely take a dinosaur bone. That sounds pretty sweet.
Right? You would take a dinosaur bone.
I would
right
take
in
a
your
dinosaur
mouth.
bone right to the face.
A slap. Anyways,
my earphones out. Whoops.
Oh shit! All right, fellas.
Yeah, smack myself
really
so hard.
Sincerely hope you guys enjoyed it. And let us know if you didn't, and we will take note, and we will not change anything. But
we won't do it at all.
But that's it. Y'all be good. Tran, put a finger in.
Get it in there, Tran.